Who do you bring to the table? Here's a question for you to consider, and one that you will be happy that you have discovered the answer to once you learn about your personal archetypal language, your personal patterns of behavior, and how you bring them with you and they actually influence you throughout your day. Who do you bring to the table? When you are at work, as you walk into that room and see that conference table, who are you taking with you? When you sit down in the seat and you start to evaluate the power, if you have to choose your seat, or maybe seats are assigned, but you now are sitting at that table and there are certain parts of you that automatically come out to be you in that particular meeting at that particular table. But now let's go to lunch with some girlfriends or a boyfriend or a spouse or significant other or family member. Who is sitting at the table there? When you walk into these situations and you approach these different tables, you are bringing different people. And depending on how resonating the events were of your previous morning, if you will, when you do go to lunch, you may be still bringing that person with you who is going to influence the lunch that you're now at with someone else. And so as you learn these archetypal patterns of yours, you'll begin to see, as you identify what you believe to be patterns of you, then you start to see and apply them and see if they apply throughout your day. And who is it that is sitting at that lunch table? It does seem to depend perhaps on who is sitting across from you. It sure does at the conference table at work. And if you go home and to dinner and with your family, you have a different set of patterns that might come out to play. Some might be forced. Some might be because of the struggles through your day. You want to be that perfect spouse or significant other or parent where you leave the crap from the day behind. And so that is the perfect segue into why you should learn your archetypal patterns, because at the end of the day, when you are indeed with your loved ones and even throughout the day with anyone you come in contact, learning these archetypal patterns of yours opens the door for you to have some clarity and some understanding about many aspects of your life that we have been trained to deal with, take care of, and try to control in ways that just aren't conducive to living on Earth now. We live in a 24/7 Wi-Fi world. There is no real getting away from it on a regular basis. Think about who you are at these different tables. And as you begin to contemplate that, and you can begin to see these different patterns of behavior. Most of the time, they're good ones, we hope. Sometimes some of the bad ones may come through. Sometimes some of them come through purely for survival's sake while walking this earth. Which is why we will focus on the 4 archetypes of survival that we will and do innately do control all aspects of our lives. And then we'll get into the rest of the story, the rest of the cast, if you will, of your story, of who you are. And as this happens, you'll begin to things will begin to unfold, and details will start to show, and this clarity and understanding will come forward, and you'll start to have these answers. And when you get these answers, you will know of their resonating effect, or you will know of their resonance because you will feel the effect of it, of that knowing, of that nugget, of that gem of yours. You will know that, and your physical body will ring true with it. how it resonates physically is it dependent on all of us as individuals. But you will feel it as you begin to shed the many layers of whom we've been told to be, to become, what we're supposed to be, what the good, the bad, the ugly. All of these things have created these layers and layers and layers of clothes, if you will, and of even glasses, of sunglasses, of lenses that fog who we really are. And when you learn this beautiful archetypal language, such as one of your first archetypal survival archetypes is your inner child. And when I learned my particular inner child, I gained this understanding of my work life and even a part of my personal life that just changed this perspective, and it gave me this sense of peace that I began to enjoy my work environment in a way that I didn't allow to, because I didn't know what was the driving factor behind some of my own behavioral patterns. It is not about who I may sit with at that table. It's not about who I am at that dinner table with friends or coworkers or family. It's not about the people that I interact with that come in and out of my place of work. It's not about the people I work with or live with. It's about me. And when I understood what was going on with me and why I was reacting in ways that I was, my inner child, the knowledge of the inner child was the one driving that behavior. And as soon as I grasped that, I saw the triggers, if you will. Let me use that popular word. I used the triggers of that. And when I saw the triggers, I saw my behavior and who was creating that behavior, who was reacting. And as soon as I understood it, it disappeared. It was the literal popping of the balloon, and that energy just escaped. And all of a sudden, I saw my work life in such a beautiful way. And it was already a beautiful way. I work with the most beautiful people that God, my divine, could ever put on this earth. Do you understand? And so, even then, this pattern of behavior was causing me to not fully embrace. And through that understanding, that's the perfect example as to how it is I began to lose actual weight, despite eating healthy, despite the exercise, minimal at best. I began to lose weight because I got rid of I got rid of the energy that was holding me back. It was holding me down like a sinker. Like the old steel sinkers I used to watch my father make out in the garage in the wintertime to prepare for the summer fishing seasons. There are weights that hold you down. And when you learn that behavior of yours, with the best intentions of yours, even trying to just do the best you can, when you understand that about yourself, you cut that fishing line, and boom, you feel lighter, and things begin to change in your life automatically. You don't have to do anything for it to change, it just does. And you begin to appreciate things, and because of that, you lose the weight. So imagine applying that to all aspects of your life. Imagine applying that to reach a closer level of your divine spirituality, of whomever your most Holy Spirit is, most spirited self is. That is what learning your archetypal language can do for you. Join me this weekend, January 22nd and 23rd, for this complimentary class. I won't be pitching you to buy anything else. This is purely for us to move forward and to be happier with ourselves as we walk this earth. Thank you.